It was just after 7 a.m. in a quiet downtown cafe. Copyright. The air smelled of roasted beans and fresh pastries, the kind of place where regulars found comfort in routine. Behind the counter stood Jake Turner, a single dad who worked the morning shift before heading to his second job in the evenings. His apron was faded, his hands tired, but his eyes carried the determined warmth of a man who lived for his 8-year-old daughter, Lily. That morning, a woman walked in. She wore plain jeans, a hoodie, and sunglasses that seemed too oversized for the gray weather. To everyone else, she looked like another customer. But Jake noticed the way people glanced at her, then quickly looked away. There was an aura about her, a quiet power, like someone used to being in control. What no one knew was that she was Olivia Hayes, one of the youngest billionaires in the country, the CEO of a global tech empire. She had slipped in incognito, desperate for a moment of normalcy. She ordered a simple black coffee, her voice low, almost guarded. Jake served her with his usual smile, but as she reached for her cup, he quietly slid the folded note under the napkin. She froze. For a split second, her heart raced. Was it a fan, a threat, a stranger who had recognized her despite the disguise? Curiosity got the better of her. She sat in the corner booth, opened the note, and read. If life feels heavy today, just know you matter. More than your title, more than your wealth. Someone out there would be lost without you. Don't give up. Her breath caught. Nobody knew, but just last night, Olivia had sat alone in her penthouse, staring out at the city lights, feeling utterly empty despite everything she owned. She had built an empire, but it had cost her friends, relationships, and a sense of belonging. She had come into this cafe copyright to hide from her own loneliness. And here was a note from a stranger saying exactly what she had needed to hear. She looked back at the counter. Jake wasn't watching her. He was busy wiping tables, laughing with a couple of regulars, moving with the quiet patience of someone who had learned to carry burdens without showing them. Something inside her shifted. Instead of leaving, she lingered. When the cafe copyright slowed, she approached him. Why a broken bar? Did you give me that note? She asked softly. Jake hesitated. I don't know. You just look at a broken bar like someone who needed to hear it. Sometimes, people forget that they matter. He said it simply, without agenda, just kindness. Olivia swallowed hard, her usual defenses crumbling. For the first time in years, she felt seen. Before she left, she pulled out a generous tip, sliding it into the jar. But Jake shook his head. Don't. Save it for something that really matters. She smiled faintly, slipping the money back into her pocket. A week later, Jake came home after another long day, exhausted. But there, taped to his front door, was an envelope. Inside was a letter and a scholarship fund certificate for Lily, paid in full until college. At the bottom, it was signed, from someone who mattered because of you. Jake's eyes filled with tears. He looked up at the evening sky, his heart swelling with gratitude. Diaris is the lesson. Sometimes the smallest act of kindness can reach a breaking soul at the perfect moment. You never know whose life you might change with a simple note, a smile, or a word of encouragement.